Imagine walking into a room and everyone stops to listen when you speak. Your words carry weight. People respect your opinions. You express yourself clearly, confidently, and powerfully. This isn't a fantasy. This is what happens when you master communication skills. Today, I'm going to share 10 powerful tips that will transform the way you speak. And the last tip is the secret that separates good communicators from true leaders. Stay until the end.
Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to English Ascent. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Before we begin this powerful lesson, please take just 1 second to hit that like button. It really helps other English learners discover this content. And if you're new here, welcome to our community. Subscribe now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. We're not just learning English here, we're learning how to communicate with confidence, clarity, and impact. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what's your biggest challenge with communication? Now, let's begin. Today, we're going to explore something that can change your entire life: communication skills. Whether you're a student preparing for presentations, a professional wanting to advance your career, or someone who simply wants to express themselves better in English, these 10 tips will help you speak like a leader and communicate with true confidence. Part 1. Why communication skills matter. Before we dive into the 10 tips, let me tell you why communication skills are so important. Communication isn't just about speaking English correctly. It's not just about grammar and vocabulary. Communication is about connecting with people. It's about making others understand your ideas. It's about building relationships. It's about influencing and inspiring. Think about the most successful people in the world. What do they have in common? They're all excellent communicators. Steve Jobs could present a product and make millions of people excited about it. Martin Luther King Jr. could speak and inspire an entire generation to fight for justice. Barack Obama could deliver a speech that moved hearts and changed minds. These people weren't born with magical speaking abilities. They learned, they practiced, they developed their skills, and you can do the same. The good news is that communication is a skill, not a talent. Anyone can improve it. Anyone can become a confident, powerful communicator, including you.
Tip 1. Speak slowly and clearly. The first tip is simple but incredibly powerful. Speak slowly and clearly. Many English learners make a big mistake. They try to speak very fast because they think it makes them sound more fluent, more native-like. But this is wrong. When you speak too fast, several bad things happen. First, people can't understand you. Your words blur together. Your message gets lost. Second, you make more mistakes because your brain doesn't have time to think. Third, you sound nervous and uncertain, not confident. Now, think about great speakers. Do they rush their words? No. They speak at a comfortable pace. They pronounce each word clearly. They give their audience time to understand and absorb their message. When you speak slowly and clearly, you sound more confident, more intelligent, and more trustworthy. Here's a practical exercise for you. Take any sentence. Now say it at normal speed. Then say it again, but 30% slower. Notice how much clearer it sounds. Notice how much more confident you feel. This is the power of speaking slowly. Remember, speaking slowly doesn't mean speaking in an unnatural way. It means being deliberate. It means giving each word the space it deserves. It means respecting your listener by making sure they can understand you. Tip 2. Make eye contact. The second tip is about body language, specifically eye contact. When you speak to someone, look at their eyes. When you present to a group, make eye contact with different people in the audience. This simple action creates connection. It shows confidence. It makes people trust you. Many people avoid eye contact when speaking English because they feel nervous or shy. But avoiding eye contact sends the wrong message. It makes you seem uncertain, uncomfortable, or even dishonest. On the other hand, good eye contact makes you seem confident, sincere, and trustworthy. If you find eye contact difficult, here's a trick. You don't need to stare intensely into someone's eyes. That's actually uncomfortable. Instead, look at their eyes for 3 to 5 seconds, then briefly look away, then look back. This feels natural and comfortable for both you and the listener. In presentations or group settings, make sure to look at different people. Don't just stare at one person or look at the floor or ceiling. Move your gaze around the room. This includes everyone and makes them all feel connected to you. Practice this today. In every conversation, make a conscious effort to maintain good eye contact. You'll notice an immediate difference in how people respond to you.
Tip number 3. Use your hands and body. Tip number 3. Use gestures. Your hands and body are powerful communication tools. Great speakers don't stand still like statues. They move, they gesture, they use their body to emphasize and illustrate their words. Gestures serve several important purposes. First, they make your communication more engaging and dynamic. People pay more attention when you move. Second, gestures help clarify your meaning. When you say big, you can spread your arms wide. When you say 3 points, you can hold up 3 fingers. Third, gestures actually help you think and speak more fluently. Many studies show that people who gesture while speaking find the right words more easily. But be careful. Your gestures should be natural, not forced or exaggerated. They should match your words and personality. If you're not used to gesturing, start small. Use simple, natural movements. Point when indicating something. Spread your hands when explaining something broad. Nod when agreeing. Here's what to avoid. Don't keep your hands in your pockets. This makes you seem closed off or nervous. Don't cross your arms. This makes you seem defensive or unfriendly. Don't fidget with your hands. This makes you seem anxious. Instead, keep your hands visible and relaxed. Let them move naturally to support your words. This makes you seem open, confident, and engaging. Tip number 4 is about how you use your voice. Good communicators don't speak in a monotone, one flat, unchanging voice. They vary their tone, their pitch, their pace, and their volume. This variation keeps people interested and helps emphasize important points. Think about it like music. Would you enjoy a song where every note was the same? Of course not. The beauty of music comes from variation. High notes, low notes, fast parts, slow parts, loud and soft. Your speaking should be the same way. When you want to emphasize something important, you can speak slightly louder or slower. When you're building excitement, you can speak a bit faster. When you're sharing something serious, you can lower your voice. When you ask a question, your tone goes up at the end. This variation serves multiple purposes. It keeps your audience engaged. They stay alert because they can't predict what's coming. It helps convey emotion and meaning. Your tone tells people how to feel about what you're saying, and it makes you sound more natural and fluent. Native speakers naturally vary their voice. Practice this by recording yourself speaking. Listen back. Do you sound monotone? If so, consciously add more variation. Exaggerate it first. It will feel strange, but it will sound much better to your listeners. Tip number 5 is one of the most powerful but least understood: the pause. Many speakers fear silence. They fill every moment with words, or nervous sounds. But silence, when used intentionally, is incredibly powerful. Great speakers use pauses strategically. They pause after making an important point to let it sink in. They pause before revealing something significant to build anticipation. They pause to collect their thoughts instead of filling space with filler words. Pauses serve several functions. They give your audience time to process what you just said. They give you time to think about what you'll say next. They create emphasis. What comes after a pause seems more important, and they make you seem more confident and in control. Here's a simple way to practice. In any sentence, identify the most important word or phrase. Now say the sentence, but pause for 1 full second right before that important word. For example, the most important thing you can do is pause, practice every day. That pause makes practice every day stand out powerfully. Many English learners fill pauses with like, or you know. These filler words weaken your communication. They make you seem uncertain and unprepared. Instead of using fillers, simply pause. Silence is better than Silence makes you seem thoughtful. Silence is confident. Tip number 6. Organize your thoughts before speaking. Tip number 6. Think before you speak. This seems obvious, but many people don't do it. They start talking without a clear idea of where they're going. The result? They ramble. They repeat themselves. They confuse their listeners. Good communicators organize their thoughts first. Even if you only have a few seconds, take that time to think, what's my main point? What do I want my listener to understand or do? How can I say this clearly? A simple structure that works for almost any communication is this: point, reason, example. First, state your main point clearly. Second, give a reason or explanation. Third, provide an example or evidence. This structure keeps you organized and makes your message clear. For instance, instead of saying, "I think we should, maybe do the project differently because it's not working and last time something similar happened, and try this. We should change our approach." Point. The current method is producing slow results. Reason. Last quarter, when we used a similar approach, we missed our deadline by 2 weeks. Example. See the difference? The second version is clear, organized, and convincing. The first is confusing and weak. Before important conversations, presentations, or meetings, take a few minutes to organize your thoughts. Write down your main points. Practice your opening. This preparation will make you sound much more confident and professional. Tip number 7, remember that communication is two-way. It's not just about speaking, it's also about listening. The best communicators are also the best listeners. They pay attention, they show they're listening, and they respond thoughtfully. Active listening means giving your full attention to the speaker. Put away your phone. Stop thinking about what you'll say next. Focus completely on understanding their message. Show you're listening through your body language. Nod, make eye contact, lean slightly forward. When it's your turn to speak, show that you heard and understood. You can do this by summarizing what they said. "So what you're saying is," or "if I understand correctly," this shows respect and ensures you understood correctly. Active listening makes you a better communicator in several ways. First, you actually understand what others are saying, so you can respond more appropriately. Second, people appreciate being heard. They'll trust you and respect you more. Third, you learn from others, which gives you more knowledge and ideas to share. Many communication problems happen not because of poor speaking, but because of poor listening. Someone says one thing, but the other person hears something different. Then they respond to what they thought they heard, not what was actually said. This creates confusion and conflict. Be the person who listens carefully and responds thoughtfully. This single habit will transform your relationships and your professional life. Tip number 8. Know your audience and adapt your communication style. A great communicator doesn't speak the same way to everyone. They adjust based on who they're talking to. When speaking to children, you use simpler words and more enthusiasm. When speaking to your professor or boss, you use more formal language and show respect. When speaking to a friend, you can be casual and relaxed. When presenting to a large audience, you speak louder and use bigger gestures. This adaptation shows emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and respond to social situations appropriately. It makes your communication more effective because you're giving people what they need and expect. Consider these factors about your audience. What's their level of knowledge about this topic? Do they need simple explanations or detailed technical information? What's their relationship to you? Are they your peers, your superiors, or your subordinates? What's the context? Is this formal or informal? What do they care about? What interests or motivates them? For example, if you're explaining a technical problem to your manager who isn't technical, don't use complex jargon. Instead, focus on the impact. This technical issue means we'll need 3 more days to complete the project. If you're giving feedback to a sensitive colleague, be gentle and constructive. If you're motivating a competitive team, be energetic and challenging. Adapting doesn't mean being fake, it means being thoughtful and effective. Tip number 9. Use stories and examples. Abstract concepts are hard to understand and remember. Stories and concrete examples make your communication clear, memorable, and engaging. Humans are wired for stories. For thousands of years, we've learned through stories. Stories capture attention, create emotion, and help people remember. When you tell a story, people lean in, they listen, they care. Instead of saying, "Good communication skills are important for career success," tell a story. I once knew a colleague who was brilliant but couldn't communicate well. He had great ideas, but in meetings he struggled to explain them clearly. Meanwhile, another colleague with average ideas but excellent communication skills kept getting promoted. Why? Because he could make people understand and believe in his ideas. The story makes the point more powerfully than the abstract statement. It's concrete, it's relatable, it's memorable. You don't need dramatic or complicated stories. Simple, relevant examples work perfectly. When explaining a concept, follow it with, "For example." When making a point, support it with, "Let me tell you about." When persuading someone, share, "I once experienced." Practice collecting stories and examples. Pay attention to your life experiences, things you've read, or situations you've observed. Build a mental library of stories you can draw on when communicating. This will make you a much more engaging and persuasive speaker. Tip 10. Practice with purpose and get feedback. Here's tip number 10, the secret that separates good communicators from great leaders. Deliberate practice with feedback. You cannot improve communication skills just by hoping or wanting to improve. You must practice intentionally and learn from feedback. Many people practice English by having conversations, and that's good, but deliberate practice is different. Deliberate practice means focusing on specific skills, pushing beyond your comfort zone, and actively seeking feedback. Here's how to practice deliberately. First, choose one specific skill to work on. Maybe it's speaking more slowly, using gestures, or eliminating filler words. Don't try to improve everything at once. Focus on one thing. Second, create opportunities to practice that skill. If you're working on presentations, volunteer to present at work or school. If you're working on conversations, initiate more conversations. Third, record yourself when possible. Video is best, but audio works too. Watch or listen to yourself critically. What did you do well? What needs improvement? Fourth, seek feedback from others. Ask trusted friends, colleagues, or teachers. How was my clarity? Did I speak too fast? Did I seem confident? This feedback is crucial. We're often blind to our own weaknesses. Others can see things we can't. But make sure to ask specific questions. What do you think is too vague? Better questions. Did I maintain good eye contact? Did you understand my main point? Was my pace good, or should I slow down? Then, based on feedback, adjust and practice again. This cycle, practice, feedback, adjust, practice, is how you truly improve. It's not always comfortable. You might feel embarrassed watching yourself or hearing criticism, but this discomfort is where growth happens. Remember, every great speaker you admire got there through countless hours of practice. They gave hundreds of presentations, had thousands of conversations, made millions of mistakes, and learned from all of it. You can do the same. Start today. Practice with purpose. Seek feedback. Improve continuously. Let me give you one bonus tip. Tip number 11, if you will. This is perhaps the most important of all. Believe in what you're saying. Speak about things you care about. Share ideas you believe in. When you truly believe in your message, something magical happens. Your passion shows. Your conviction comes through. Your energy is contagious. People can tell the difference between someone just saying words and someone speaking from the heart. Think about speakers who've inspired you. They weren't just saying words correctly, they believed deeply in their message. That belief gave them confidence, energy, and authenticity. That's what made them powerful. So, as you work on your communication skills, also think about what you want to communicate. What do you care about? What ideas excite you? What do you want to share with the world? When you combine strong communication skills with genuine passion and belief, you don't just become a good speaker, you become a leader. Let's review the 10 powerful tips we've covered today. Tip 1. Speak slowly and clearly. Don't rush your words. Tip 2. Make eye contact. Connect with your listeners through your eyes. Tip 3. Use gestures. Let your hands and body support your words. Tip 4. Vary your tone and pace. Avoid monotone speaking. Tip 5. Pause for power. Use silence strategically. Tip 6. Organize your thoughts. Think before you speak. Tip 7. Listen actively. Communication is two-way. Tip 8. Adapt to your audience. Adjust your style appropriately. Tip 9. Tell stories and use examples. Make your message memorable. Tip 10. Practice deliberately and seek feedback. This is how you truly improve. And the bonus? Believe in your message. Speak from the heart. Now, here's what I want you to do. Don't try to implement all 10 tips at once. That's overwhelming. Instead, choose just 1 or 2 tips that resonated most with you. Maybe it's speaking more slowly. Maybe it's using gestures. Maybe it's pausing instead of using filler words. Focus on those 1 or 2 tips for the next week. Be conscious of them in every conversation. Practice them deliberately. At the end of the week, assess your progress. Then add 1 or 2 more tips. Build your skills gradually, 1 step at a time. Remember, becoming a great communicator doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, but every conversation is an opportunity to practice. Every presentation is a chance to improve. Every interaction is a step forward. The key is to be intentional, to practice with purpose, and to never stop learning. Conclusion. My dear friends, communication skills are not just about speaking English correctly. They're about connecting with people. They're about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. They're about influencing, inspiring, and leading. These skills will serve you in every area of your life, in your education, your career, your relationships, and your personal growth. The good news is that these skills can be learned. You don't need to be born with them. You just need to practice, to be patient with yourself, and to keep improving. Every day you can get a little better, and over time, those small improvements add up to remarkable transformation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this lesson helped you, please give it a like. It really helps other English learners discover this content. And please leave a comment below telling me, which of these 10 tips will you focus on first? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to English Ascent now and turn on the notification bell. We're building a community of people who are not just learning English, but learning to communicate with power, confidence, and impact. Join us on this journey. Remember, you have important things to say. You have valuable ideas to share. Don't let fear or lack of confidence hold you back. Use these 10 tips. Practice every day, and soon you'll be speaking like a true leader. Until next time, keep practicing, keep improving, and speak with confidence.